Good morning, my dear students. So today I will discuss about the comparison between your C3 and C4 pathway. It is a very important question for your paper point of view as well as your class 12th standard. So without any delay, let's get started. So before I start, I will recommend you to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get new updates of notifications. So the first line on the C3 pathway is given here. The primary acceptor of CO2 is RUBP and it is a 5 carbon compound. So the primary acceptor of the C3 pathway, that means the acceptor which accepts the carbon dioxide molecule is RUBP. That means the ribulose biphosphate, which is a 5 carbon compound molecule. Okay. So the C4 pathway, when the primary acceptor of carbon dioxide is PEP, that means the phosphoenol pyruvate, that is a 3 carbon compound. Okay. So this is the main basic difference between the C3 and C4 pathway. Here the primary acceptor is RUBP, which is a 5 carbon compound, and here the C4 pathway the primary acceptor is a phosphoenol pyruvate, that is a 3 carbon compound. Okay. After that, the second point, it operates under the low concentration, okay, of carbon dioxide. So C3 pathway is operated under the low concentration of carbon dioxide in the mesophyll cells, and the C4 pathway, it operates a very low carbon dioxide concentration in mesophyll cells. So there is a basic difference between the C3 and C4 cells is the C3 pathway are under the high concentration. Here there is a mistake. That means C3 pathway is under a high concentration of carbon dioxide, but C4 is under the low concentration, very low concentration. Okay. So number 3 point is carbon dioxide one fixed is not released back. So after carbon dioxide get attached with the ribulose biphosphate, it doesn't get detached from or released back. But in case of C4 plant, when the carbon dioxide is one fixed and released back to the bundle sheath cell, so it has a your backward reaction also. Okay, in the C4 plant. Okay. So in the C3 plant, the fixation of one molecule of carbon dioxide needs 3 ATP, 2 NADPH2 molecules, which requires 18 ATP for the synthesis of one molecule of glucose. So in the C3 cycle, we need 18 ATP for the synthesis of one molecule of glucose. But in case of C4 pathway, we need 30 ATP for the synthesis of one molecule of glucose. Okay. So these are the basic difference between the C4 and C3 plants. Okay. And C3 cycles also basically seen in C3 plants. So we can observe the C3 cycle only on the C3 plants. But the C4 plants, C4 cycle is only operates in C4 plants. Okay, this is the basically difference. And the next one is the cyclic and non-cyclic photophosphorylation. So what happens in the cyclic photophosphorylation? You remember that I have already discussed that it occurs in the photosystem 1 in the stroma or the integral thylakoid. Okay, so you have to remember these things, that only photosystem 1 is associated or one is work in the cyclic photophosphorylation. But in case of non-cyclic photophosphorylation, the both photosystem, that means the photosystem 1 and photosystem 2 is combinedly work to for the light reaction. Okay, for the light reaction. So number 2 is it is connected with the photolysis of water, so oxygen is evolved in it. So in the cyclic photophosphorylation, oxygen is released. Okay, but in case of the non-cyclic photophosphorylation, it is connected with the photolysis of water, so here oxygen also evolved. Okay, this is a similarity between them. So come to the next one. So the cyclic photophosphorylation is activated by the 700 nanometer wavelength, and the non-cyclic photophosphorylation occurs 680 as well as the 700 nanometer wavelength. So in the cyclic photophosphorylation, you have to remember that there is no formation of NADPH2, but in case of non-cyclic photophosphorylation, we get the NADPH as well as the ATP, but in case of cyclic, we only get the ATP molecules. Okay, but the next point is the cyclic photophosphorylation. The chlorophyll does not receive any electron from the donor, but the non-cyclic photophosphorylation, the source of electron is photolysis of water. Okay, so in the non-cyclic photophosphorylation, the chlorophyll receive the electron by the photolysis of water. Okay, this is all about the two types of photorespiration. Okay, so next one is your comparison between the leaves anatomy of C3 and C4 plants. In the C3 plants, only one type of chloroplast is present, but in the C4 plant, the Cranch anatomy as well as the two types of cell, okay, we can found. Okay, but in case of C3 plants, the less efficient in photosynthesis, the C3 plant is less efficient in photosynthesis than the C4 leaves. Okay, and C4 plant leaves are more efficient than the C3 leaves. So this is about the vice versa sentences. Okay, so next one is the C3 plants or C3 leaves, the mesophyll cells carry out the photosynthesis, but in case of C3 leaves, C4 leaves, both the mesophyll cells as well as the bundle sheath cell carry out the photosynthesis activity. Okay, this is all about the both C3 and C4 leaf anatomy. Okay, so this is all about. So thank you for watching. Be safe and don't forget to subscribe.